my family. What I was going to do is the component parts of all of which my son loves. So I'm going to use Brie, brioche, Parma ham, a little bit of cranberry sauce. I'm going to come up with a Brie brioche pie.
Oh, so not so rich then?
Not at all rich.
No, fabulous. Sounds brilliant.
My Brie brioche pie is an oozy and indulgent treat, spiked with sweet cranberry sauce and a salty Parma ham. The first job is to make the brioche dough. In here I have my strong white flour, to which I'm going to add some sugar, some instant yeast, this is the powdered stuff, some salt to the other side, and then I've got 3 eggs I'm going to add to this as well. It's basically an enriched dough. That's all the brioche is, really. It's the way that you mix it makes it a little bit different. 3 eggs straight in. And now you drop down the machine, turn it on, and then the next thing to add is the milk. Now you add the milk until it becomes more like a normal dough, really, at this stage. Don't be afraid of it. Put a little bit in to start with, depends on the size of your eggs. I'm using medium. Turn it up. And eventually that will form a nice, smooth dough. Now, do you make brioche? Have you made brioche before?
Every time I teach it at the cookery school, I say, I must make this more at home, because I just love it. And I love the fact that you can start it one day and then finish it the next.
Yeah, because
breakfast, coffee,
it is down to a fermentation, isn't it? That's what it's all down to.
Perfect.
Now, put the rest of the milk in, then watch it begin to form the dough. And you can see in there now, what's happening now in the mixer is as it mixes, the glutens begin to tighten, and that's what gives you the stretch in the dough. And another thing that will happen after about 5 to 7 minutes, the dough will begin to draw up the hook itself and try and cling to the hook. That's when you know it's ready. And at that stage, you actually add your softened butter then. When you've got a fully developed dough, you add your softened butter, and then you mix it again for at least another 7 minutes. So what you're going to start off with is a normal dough, which you can go and make bread with, but then you're going to add the butter to it. That will then slacken it down, and it'll become like a liquid. Now, obviously, you can't use it then. So the key thing is with the brioche is once you've got the butter in and it's lovely, shiny, and you can almost open it up and read a newspaper through it, you pop it into a plastic tub or a glass jar and then put it in the fridge to chill down. The chilling of the butter makes the dough more pliable so you can shape it and do what you want with it. Now, in the fridge, I have got one which has been resting overnight. You can see it's actually grown in the fridge as well. Oh, you can smell that.
Oh, I love that.
It's slightly fermented. Yeah, and that's what a good brioche is. It's soft, but you can still shape it. When the dough is ready, tip it onto a well-floured board. Roughly shape into a round, and then roll it into a large disc. I love this. I mean, this is something my lad would love, I think. I've never tried it on him yet. I've made him brioche.
Yeah.
And I've seen him eat tons of Parma ham. But actually, the idea of Parma ham with the brioche, I think it will be a winner.
Amazing. And is it served while it's still a bit warm, or does the cheese kind of run out a bit?
You want that thing, as you cut it, to ooze. That's the point of it, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit more flour, it's getting a bit sticky there where the butter's melting. If you're in a warm kitchen, you'll find that the butter will try and melt fairly quickly, so you need to do this fairly rapidly. Right, I think that will probably do. So you end up with a rough disc of brioche, about 5-8 mil thick. I know it sounds pretty accurate, but it really doesn't matter. Next, lay some sheets of Parma ham onto the brioche dough. I remember once actually when I think it was a Saturday, and I said to Josh, what do you want to do today? Do you want to go karting? Do you want to go shopping? What do you want to do? Go and kick a ball around? He goes, Dad, can I bake with you?
Oh.
Spread a layer of cranberry sauce onto the Parma ham. Now I'm going to pop the Brie on top of that.
Oh my goodness.
It's like an overload.
This is such a simple idea. I love it.
It's great. It is a great recipe. It's something it is very simple.
Oh, wow.
You put some Parma ham, and again, you try and coat that Brie. So I've got cranberry sauce, I've got Parma, I've got Brie, and I've got this beautiful brioche, which you then fold up to the middle, gathering up like a parcel. right into the middle like this. And then you flatten it down and then flip it over and then pop it onto a baking tray like that.
Yeah.
That basically is your dish. Now, this has got yeast in it. So one of the key things you can do is leave it to rise. Now, when you're resting this, the first thing to do, I've just got a beaten egg here, brush it all over with an egg, leave that to rest for about an hour while it's still proving, brush it again, and then with a palette knife or the back end of a knife, just draw diamond pattern all over the top. You're not cutting it, you're just marking it. Leave your Brie brioche pie to prove for a final time, which should take around 2 hours. Then bake it at 200 degrees C for 20 minutes. I've got one I want to show you, and I hope it's at the point where it oozes. Let's see.
Where the cheese is just warm and...
Oh, yes. The smell of the brioche, and you can actually smell the cranberries underneath
Really?
as well. This is very special. You cut straight down and a big wedge. So you've got your beautiful crispy brioche, you've got your Parma ham, you've got a layer of cranberry in there, and now you've got this lava of brie just pouring out.
And that's just for, that'll serve two.
That'll serve both of us, just about.
Just about.
My molten brie brioche pie, packed with cranberry sauce and Parma ham, is the perfect dinner time centerpiece, and I can't wait to see what my guests think of it. It's now my favorite part of the day. It's time to eat. And what a glorious spread. From my warming goat's head pie to Rachel's homely raspberry and coconut sponge. A cheesecake version of a Scottish classic and a gorgeous brie brioche pie. Well, that's just about it for today, but I think what we need to do is tuck into this.
Thank you, Paul.
Pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. My goat's head pie, made with meat from Sharon's very own herd, is a great alternative to shepherd's pie, and I challenge you to give goat's meat a chance. You'll be pleasantly surprised. That goat really works well in that pie.
It's delicious, isn't it?
I've never tried goat before, but I'm going to try it again, that's for sure. That's really good.
I think it's a bit sweeter than that myself.
I think it's just got more intensity to it. Have I served it okay? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, it'll do.
And my brie brioche pie is a proper showstopper. I guarantee you'll enjoy each gooey moment. Nice.
Amazing, look at that. It's incredible, isn't it?
Very good.
And actually the cranberry sauce isn't too overpowering at all. It's really just balancing it all out nicely.
But it adds a nice twist to
It
it.
adds another element to it. There's lots of different flavours going on in there. And as far as puds go, you can't get any better than my Cranachan cheesecake. Creamy cheese, zingy fresh raspberries, and Judy's home-baked oatcakes.
The Cranachan cheesecake is lovely, Paul. It really is very, very tasty. Isn't it good? The base is crunchy and you can get the texture and you can really taste the raspberries in it.
That really works well, doesn't it? It's lovely.
I love your coconut pudding.
Oh, good. It's just really
I like that.
simple, comforting, isn't it?
We've had a great time today. I hope you can join me next time when I'll have more pies and puds on the menu. See you then. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Thank you very much for